Hey everyone, we are back with Chaos Child. I think last time we adopted a new child, and I'm just waiting for everything to go terribly wrong. It'll happen any episode now, I swear. I'm still like, I've talked about my general theory, right? That hold on. How do I? I'm on a controller again. I kind of liked it last time. Okay, so my general theory was teacher is obviously evil. There's no doubt about that, right? Do you think that question mark is Senri? It's gotta be, right? B, Taku's dad, I forget his name, is probably evil, maybe. Or at the very least, he's like a rounder. I remember that name from Steins Gate or something, right? But there has to be a character that we know and are familiar with that is evil. And like, obviously if Serika isn't real, then it's probably her, right? If Serika's not real and she's evil, it's unintentionally, she's being used as like a mole, right? Like, there's no way it's Kurusu or Arimura, right? Like, Kunosato's too obvious. Ito, that man scares me. He's a wild card. He could do anything. Like, Kazuki, is she even a character? Is she, like, I don't know why she's on the screen. Why is she here with the rest of the main cast? Also, I've read it up a couple times. Shinjo, but like, I don't know. They're not gonna pull a reverse Bond on us, right? They very well could, but I mean, really, if I just name everyone as a, you know, if I just say, oh yeah, I think it's this guy for everyone, I'll be right when they reveal who's evil. Anyway, at lunchtime, Ito and I were headed to the club room.
じゃあ、あの山添雨季って子、今は青葉寮にいるのか?
I swore they shut the club down. You think? Okay, here we are. What if the evil teacher, you know the guy, he used a delusion to unshut the club down so Taku would keep going there and give him, you know, evidence or whatever. Yeah, don't know what's going to happen now, but I want to try and help her.
けどまさかゆいちゃんの同級生とはな。
Ito knows Yui? Yeah, I'm surprised too.
でも、まあ良かったんじゃねえの?
I need to go back. When did Taku and Ito meet? That's important. Anyway, a good thing?
ゆいちゃん、喜んでたんだろ?
Oh, so that's what you meant. Yeah. Yui had really looked happy this morning. Normally, she probably tried her hardest to play the role of being Yuto's big sister. But she's still only in middle school. If she ran into a friend, of course it would make her happy. Something funny?
いや、お前口ではなんだかんだ言いながら結構大事にしてるからな。今の家族のこと。
Shut up, I'm a tsundere. That's not it.
照れるなって。お前にとってもいいことなんじゃねえの? そういう存在がいるってことは。
I'm not blushing. Wait, it doesn't matter anyway. Come on, let's go to the club room. I'm gonna tell Onoi, Arimori, and Kazuki about Yamazoe too. Of course, I'd already told everyone to come for an emergency meeting. They should be in the room already. So now Yamazoe Yuki is safe at Alba dorm.
Taku, 大活躍だったんだね。
Nah, it was nothing. The girls all seemed very impressed. What? Kazuki said, what? That's impressed? Serika was squeezing her Garo froggy strap in lieu of applause. Still sounded nothing like it was supposed to. Honestly, I would have preferred the applause. But I was used to it now, I guess.
ダメよ、セリカ、カズキ。あんまりおだてるといい気になってまた無茶なことするから。
I will not. Yeesh. Appreciate that she's worried about me, but Kurusu's a little too protective. I really wish she'd stop saying that stuff when everyone else is around. It's embarrassing.
けど気持ちいいっすね。今頃新庄さんや久野里さん悔しがってますよ。ざまあみろです。ぷぷぷ。
Foo. Did you know about Yamazoe or Arimori?
まあ電話でちょっと話したくらいですけどね。
I guess Taku didn't know about that.
彼女フリージアでは肝心なことはほとんど喋らなかったみたいですよ。多分久野里さんたちを怖がってたんでしょうね。
Yeah, I'm sure.
それに比べてあの子、宮代先輩の前では割と素直だったみたいですね。先輩ってとぼけた顔して実は女の子の扱いがうまかったりするんですか？
Just give her candy and it works. Arimori grinned. Of course I do. I've read every issue of Cool Cat Press that I could find. Couldn't actually say that though, so I didn't. No, it's because Kurusu knew we were there.
当たり前じゃないですか。何本気にしてるんです？気持ち悪いですよ。
Imagine taking Arimori seriously. Yeah! I love that smug grin. I was never gonna get used to this. For one thing, no matter how hard I tried to glare at her, she just smirked in response. Question mark? Trying to think of a good comeback when the door to the club room suddenly opened. The door opened softly, but it was clear that the person standing in front of it was furious. Oh, hello. Right, she's a student. Speak of the devil, Kunosato was there. The light in her eyes was as cold and fierce as ever. Instead of yelling, her voice was low and threatening. Figured that she'd eventually find out we were the ones who'd taken Yamazoe. Didn't expect her to come here so soon.
お前、どういうつもりだ?
Plead the fifth? What?
あいつは重要な証拠なんだ。勝手なことをするな。
Who do you think you are, Kunosato, the main character? Ha ha ha, loser. Oh, Kunosato stomped over to me and grabbed me by the lapel? The lapel? What is a lapel? Lapel? It's a folded flap of cloth on the front of a jacket. That thing has a name? No one's ever heard that before. No one, that Takeru made that word up. He used his delusion to put it on the internet. Her words were so thin that he didn't know where she got the strength from. Like she was filled with some kind of raw hatred that gave her power. Yeah, well, you know she has a sword, dude. Come on. Ah!
ちょっとやめてください。暴力反対です。
Yeah, violence is wrong. You get him, Serika. Serika and Kurusu grabbed her and tried to pull her off. She held on to me tightly. You know, the more I think about it, the more the Serika is just like a 8-year-old's, you know, delusion. It just makes more and more sense. How old was Takeru at the time? Okay, this is 2015. Chaos said was 2009, I believe. So Takeru, how old is Takeru now? What year is he in high school? Okay, I know Japanese high school starts at 15, ends at I think 17 or 18. So he was between like 9 and 11. Okay. I didn't force her to leave.
何?
She wanted to come with us. She said she didn't want to go with you. That was only a half-truth. Felt like I had to say it anyway. What do you mean evidence? She's not a thing or a test subject, so I can't let you have her.
何も知らないくせに、貴様。
I mean, that's true, but her hand gripped me tighter. Gah! What the hell's going on? What's wrong with this woman? Felt a powerful rage building up within me. There's a low buzzing in my ears. Kurusu and Serika's shouts suddenly seemed to be very far away. Dang it! Wait, hold on. OBS. Okay, yeah, I'm good. The window is covering the timer, so it's like, oh no, am I recording? And then I saw my D sword. It was clearer than it had ever been before. Let me go! Dang it! Her face suddenly twisted in pain. I looked at her with blurry eyes, saw that a run mark had formed on her pale white wrist, so something was digging into it. She was gritting her teeth, and it really made it seem like she was trying to endure some kind of incredible pain. She still refused to let me go. No, get the sword. Kill her. She's the main antagonist. Get her. No, she's not. Oh, that's Itobi again. Okay. Arimori's scream sounded like it was coming from underwater. The new violent temptations within me had almost taken control. What she's trying to do is wrong. I'll get rid of her myself. That righteous anger, combined with a maddeningly sweet feeling of omnipotence, overflowed from within me and refused to stop. That's the sumo sticker within you. Don't listen to the sumo. This power, I can do anything I want. That's right, do it! Just kill the very nice lady. Pardon my French. Okay, no, use her delusion power. It calms down, it controls Takeru. Heard Kurusu yell in my ear. At the same time, I felt a strong slap across my cheek. Then Kunosato and I were pulled apart. I mean, you could have done that like earlier before, you know, she was violently threatening Takeru. Suddenly regained control of my senses. Kurusu, Ito, and Serika had grabbed me and were holding me back, while Arimori and Kazuki were doing the same to Kunosato. Kunosato looked at me with eyes full of hate, then pushed Arimori and Kazuki away. Yeah, Serika quickly grabbed them and held them up.
大丈夫？ありがとう、セリ。
But she caught both of them? Like, one arm each?
もうやめてください、久野
How
里さん。
strong is Serika? Now it's the Empress's turn to get mad.
お帰りください。ここは部外者がいていい場所ではありません。
She was clenching her hands into fists so tightly that they turned white, standing between Kunosato and the rest of us as if she was some kind of guardian.
あなたが何のつもりで、うちのタクルやウキ、それから有村さんにひどい仕打ちをするのかは知りません。でも、
お前の許可などいるか。今実際に見ただろ。能力者は危険な。
Takes one to know one.
今すぐお引き取りください。
Kurusu's voice left no room for discussion. Neither of them moved a muscle for a moment.
ちょっと待ってくれ。ストップだ。ストップ。
Oh no! Then we heard panting coming from the hallway. Question mark? Oh, Shinjo. Oh, okay.
どこへ行ったのかと思えば、やっぱりここか、久野里さん。
I thought it was gonna be the teacher. It's like, oh no, the main antagonist is actually here. It's Shinjo-san. I didn't look at the nameplate. There must have been regarding. Well, I did. I looked at the nameplate. I was like, Takashi Shinjo. Huh, that's a weird name for a teacher. that's the same as Shinjo's name. Because his hair is messed up and there's sweat on his forehead.
俺に任せてくれと言わなかったか？
あんたの悠長なやり方では大切な証拠が消されてしまう。
焦るのはわかるが、物には言い方というものがだな。申し訳ない、クルスさん。俺たちは何も揉めたくて来たわけじゃないんだ。
It's okay. Even if you're evil, we still love you, Shinjo.
じゃあ何のご用ですか？
そう怖い顔をしないでくれるかな。
Shinjo looked at both of them, troubled. Then he turned towards me.
なあ、宮代君。君の言いたいことはわかる。昨日、ウキ君を連れ去ったことも別に責めたりしない。確かに俺たちが間違っていたかもしれん。だから今日はちゃんと頼みに来た。ウキ君と、あとできれば君と有村さんもしかるべき場所で一度検査を受けてほしいんだ。
They're gonna eat my brain. No.
はあ？
Arimori responded before I could.
新庄さんこそ頭の中見てもらったらどうですか？はーい、私喜んで実験台になります。
話を最後まで聞いてくれ。これは本当に君たちのためなんだよ。
I've heard that one before. His next words came as a shock to me.
実は今しがた佐久間先生に相談をしてきたんだ。
父さんに？
Oh, Sakuma. He has a name. I mean, we've seen the name before, I just always forget it. Both Kurusu and I shouted at the same time.
君たちはその久野里さんのやり方が気に入らないんだよな。
No.
だったら佐久間先生の友人の病院ならどうだ？
Oh no.
おい、何を勝手に決めて。
Shinjo's evil too. Look at that look on his face. They're all in on every male adult character is evil. I should have known. It's science adventure.
久野里さん。
Shinjo-san put a hand to cut her off. Well, except Bond. Bond was good. But maybe.
わかるだろ。そうし
Maybe
な
he's
きゃ
just stupid.
彼らは検査になんて応じないよ。ちゃんと君も同席させるから。
Kunosato forwarded her brow in anger, turned her gown and left the room. Shinjo-san waited until he couldn't hear her footsteps anymore, sat sighed a little in relief. Then he continued.
ということでどうだろうな宮代君有村さん。何でも佐久間先生以前は大学の医学部で准教授をしていたらしいじゃないか。
Oh no, what, the Illuminati University? I didn't know that. Pierce, you must not have known it either, because she looked over at me, confused.
父さんが准教授？
I didn't know that.
ただの変なおじさんだと思ってた。
Yeah, same.
おいおい。まああのルックスじゃそう思われるかもしれないけど。
Let me guess, we talked about delusions or something. Shinjo-san laughed, seemingly in sympathy with my dad.
佐久間先生の友人なら信頼できると思うんだけどな。
What is this?
どうだろう。
His friend is actually, what's Nozomi? Yeah, this just Nozomi. He lives
私
somehow.
はどっちにしても嫌ですよ。
そう言うと思った。
Shinjo-san chuckled. He'd probably been anticipating that response.
でもな有村さん、佐久間先生の話だと君らの能力は身体に対して良くない影響を与えているかもしれないそうだよ。
So he knows about the powers. Because he's evil.
山添浮君に会ってくるといい。あれで17
Oh,
歳
okay,
と
it's
いうの
about that.
は
I get you.
明らかにおかしいと思うんだ。なあ、宮代君。
It was true that Yamazoe looked the same as she did in her old school pictures. Like the passage of time had stopped for her. That was caused by her powers.
浮君に関しては絶対に精密検査をすべきというのが佐久間先生の意見だ。そのついでに宮代君と有村さんも異常がないか見てもらったらどうだろう。まあ人間ドックだと思えばいい。
I still think that
それで
Uki.
もダメかな。
Shut up, Shinjo. Wish for like a DC Yuri-esque I wish nothing would ever change kind of thing. But I mean, it could be delusion, like, you know, the powers actually have an adverse effect on you. Arimori was still unsure, it seemed. What happened to Yamazoe must have bothered her.
少し考えさせてください。
ああ、それで構わない。
まだ OK したわけじゃないですよ。
もちろん。ん
Looked out the door where Kunosato had just left. Dad says I need an exam, I'll get one. If Kunosato starts treating Yamazoe or Arimori like guinea pigs in the middle of it. Hesitated for a second, unsure of what to say, but then I continued, trusting Shinjo, who is definitely not evil, hopefully. I'll lose it. I'll use my powers and I'll wreck everything. Oh no, he's threatening! Oh, that's good! I'll wreck everything so bad he won't be able to do even a single exam. And I mean it. Stick it to the man!
ダメよ、何言ってるの。
Everyone was shocked to see me act so differently than usual. But then I remembered the sense of power, of omnipotence, that I just felt, and shivered a little. That's right, I could do it. I would do it. If I had to, I could do what I just did.
了解だ。検査中は俺が注意をしておく。それでいいだろ。
Shinjo-san sighed a little and shook his head. He's probably trying to come up with a way to keep Kunosato quiet and not have much luck.
それじゃあ
Not having much
部
luck.
活中のところお邪魔したね。
Okay, let's get back to putting thread on the map. We feel cool when we do that. He went to leave the room, but just before he stepped in the hallway, he turned around.
あっといけない。もう一つ大事な話があったんだ。久野里さんのせいで忘れるところだった。
Oh no.
何でしょうか。
It's clear from Kurusu's voice that she was still upset. Shinjo-san must have been used to dealing with Kunosato-san, but the Empress was a wholly different beast altogether. He flinched a little. You don't want to see her when she's unstabbed.
宮代くんと尾上さん、あと伊藤くんにちょっとね。
Why those three? Huh?
私ですか？
俺何も悪いことしてないっすよ。
してないです。
君たち病院の地下へ不法侵入したじゃないか。
You can't prove anything.
あれはですね。
I want a lawyer. Wait, didn't you and Kunosato-san do the same thing?
その通りだ。だから今のは冗談として。
冗談になってね。
本気でびっくりしちゃったよ。
聞きたいことっていうのは実はその地下施設のことでね。
Wait, was he in the basement? I don't remember him actually being down there. Right? Shinjo-san's voice dropped several decibels as he continued.
久野里さんの話だと、施設の PC に南沢千里という女の子のデータがあったというんだが、
Like he definitely wasn't with them, but was he down there at all? I don't remember what he was up to there. Like, I don't even remember him being with Momose in the van. Anyway, yes, Henry. I heard Kurusu gasp a little. Shinjo-san didn't know about Kurusu and Minamisawa, though, so he just looked confused for a moment before continuing.
久野里さんは君たちも一緒に見たと証言してる。覚えはあるかな？
Suddenly hearing that name almost brought back the trauma, but yeah, I saw it.
データは確かにあったんだね。
Yes.
そうか。
Shinjo-san looked at Ito and Serica too. They both nodded.
なら、これを確認してほしい。証拠品でね、実物を持ってくるわけにはいかなかったんだが。
He put his hand in his pocket and took out a photo. It showed what looked like an ID card. That's her! I couldn't believe my eyes. The card looked old, but it was dirty and scratched in spots. The name and face on it were clearly visible. 1997. So as of now, she'd be 18. Minamisawa Senri! That's right. The name Minamisawa Senri was displayed under the ID card number. Expressionless face on the picture was, without a doubt, the girl had seen in the basement.
どうだろう。同姓同名の別人ってことはないかな。久野里さんはこの子に間違いないと言ってるんだが。
It's her. I'm sure of it.
俺もそう思います。
私も。
Kurusu, stay quiet. Don't let him know. All three of us answered instantly. Shinjo-san nodded and put the picture back in his pocket.
そうか。ありがとう。
That girl, Minamisawa Senri-san. Something going on with her? I asked, trying to say it in a way that wouldn't bother Kurusu.
ゆうべ、そうだな。ちょうど君がウキ君を青葉寮に連れて行ってしまった頃か。
Oh, plot advancement?
新鮮駅付近を警ら中だった巡査2名が連続放火事件の容疑者らしき女を発見した。
Oh, come on, that's not her. We all know that's not her. We've seen this, right?
っていうと、私たちを襲ったパイロキネシストですか？
I'm not falling for it.
あ、君らの証言や有村さんに協力してもらった似顔絵と特徴が一致していたそうだ。何よりも火を使ったらしいからね。
Well, didn't we get the arsonist's name? I thought we did. Supposedly, I'm told. Those words probably meant she escaped, didn't she?
職務質問をしようと近寄った途端にやられた。一人は重度の熱傷で今病院の ICU にいる。もう一人の巡査は女を取り押さえようともみ合いになった。結局彼も手足を焼かれ重傷なんだが、その時女が落としたのが。
He patted the photo in his pocket. Huh? That woman had Minamisawa Senri's ID card? Why?
それって宮代を襲った犯人がってことですか？
So I'm guessing. Remember the girl that Uki was talking about? That gave her the uniform and stuff? I'm guessing that's the arsonist. Not Senri, someone else. Glass breaking? Suddenly there's a loud crash! Turning saw Kurusu had gone deathly pale, grabbed a table to keep herself from falling over. Her teacup was lying shattered on the table. That was probably from where she dropped it. You know, she just got stabbed recently. Don't worry about her. She doesn't know anything. Kurusu!
先輩、大丈夫？ええ、ごめんなさい。ちょっとめまいがしたものだから。
座ってろ、副部長。
Yeah, Kazuki's here,
あ
right?
りがとう。
Kazuki dragged a chair over for her to sit in. She collapsed down on top of it. Shinjo-san seemed to realize that something was wrong. He hesitated a moment, then asked in as soft a tone as he could muster.
クルスさん、 もしかして君も南沢千里のことを何か知っているのか？
Shinjo-san, that's not.
平気よタクル。
Don't tell him. He's well. I don't think he's evil, but you never know. He's a loose cannon. Kurusu looked up at him and cut me off. Then she told him how Minamisawa Senri was her childhood friend. She was being used as a test subject in the experiments conducted in that basement. And finally,
でも千里は渋谷地震の被災者として慰霊碑にも名前が刻まれています。犯人であるはずがありません。
why did you call her then? That's how she finished. Well, she's not telling anyone. That's right. Kunosato's son said she probably died in the earthquake too. I quickly added. Shinjo-san thought for a moment, then spoke even more gently than before.
クルスさん、よく話してくれたね。ありがとう。彼女の死の記録が事実かどうかは今警察で再調査を進めている。その状況次第では申し訳ない。改めて署の方で話を聞かせてもらうかもしれない。
Kurusu, that's how they get you.
構いません。何かの間違いだと信じてますけど。
There's no doubt in her voice. Shinjo-san chuckled a little.
君の友達を疑いたくはないが、因果な商売でね。
Kazuki doing back there? Why you? Okay.
犯
She's
人の
posing
正体
cool.
はともかく、宮代君と有村さん、君らはまた狙われる可能性がある。用心だけはしていてくれ。
Okay, thank you, Shinjo.
やっぱりそうですかね。
君たちは能力者だとバレてしまったんだ。何かあったらすぐに連絡を。24時間いつでも構わない。あと、南沢千里の件に関しては、警察から正式に発表があるまで外部に漏らさないでくれ。真偽がはっきりするまでマスコミあたりに騒がれたくない。頼んだよ。
See, that's what the evil person says, but I don't want Shinjo to be evil. I like my slightly incompetent police officer. Shinjo-san took one last worried look at Kurusu, then left the room. But I mean, I also like my slightly incompetent police officer in Chaos Ed until, you know. Everyone fell silent, lost in their own thoughts. We'll keep going. In the end, we canceled the club meeting and Kurusu went to the student council to finish up her work. She was still pale. We all got ready to go, but for some reason, no one actually left. Terika and Arimura were flipping through magazines. Kazuki was still silently playing ESO2. Ito and I were thinking about the case, glancing occasionally at the map on the wall. Oh, more mapping! There's a new sticky memo on the map. I was trying to decide if we should add it. Kurusu had written it down and copied it herself. Pyrokinetic equal killer? Question mark? Killer might be Senri. Pyrokinetic has found Senri's ID card! Underlined. Her normal beautiful handwriting was a little unsteady. Probably been shaking as she wrote it.
南沢千里か。
I like how they actually made the handwriting different than like, it even looks like it was used like pyrokinetic below that looks like it was a Sharpie, right? But above, well, above's either a thinner Sharpie or a pen. Yeah.
確かに似てたな。ID カードにあった子供の頃の写真と有村の証言の似顔絵。
That's called a red herring, Ito? Is the H silent? Red herring? I don't know. It's a red fish. You know, there's tons of anime girls with pink hair. Arimori looked up from her magazine. She was staring at me. She didn't say it out loud, but it was obvious that she was trying to tell me that she thought so too. Got back to when we've been attacked by the pyrokinetic. What if they put that sprite on the Steam profile page just to troll me? They knew I would see that and be like, oh yeah, that's not the arsonist. That would be messed up. She's a lot older, but if the girl on that ID card grew up, she might look like that, yeah. Then was she the one who attacked us? That can't be.
なんかもう少し情報らしきものがあればな。
Dot. Maybe that girl knows something.
あの子
Yeah. I hesitated for a moment, realized that we weren't getting anywhere as things stood, so I held out my hand towards Ito. Let me borrow your phone for a second.
お前、まだ新しいの手に入れてないのかよ。
Look, I'm gonna get it back in the true ending, okay? I'll get one soon, thanks. Took the phone from Ito and dialed the number. When ordering a pizza, after a few rings, I heard a voice I knew well. The gruff voice that I heard almost every day lately.
はい、青葉いいんです。
Hello, Dad. It's me.
おお、タグルか。どうした？
About Yamazoe-san. What is she doing right now?
ああ、今診察室のベッドで点滴をしてる。軽い栄養失調が見られてな。お前が言うようにかなり劣悪な環境にいたんだろう。
Can I talk to her on the phone?
眠ってはいないから大丈夫だとは思うが。ちょっと待ってろ。
I could hear him get farther away from the phone. Oh, is Taku actually making the connection? A second later, I heard a loud, high-pitched girl's voice.
ちょっとタクル兄、ウキちゃんは治療中なんだから邪魔しちゃダメだよ。
Your yelling is probably bothering her worse than I would, right? Yui had probably been so worried about Yamazoe that she'd raced home after school. It's great to see her being such a good friend, but right now it's a huge nuisance. Just let me talk to Yamazoe-san. It's important.
後じゃいけないの？
This is a secret, okay? Don't want Kurusu to find out. So don't you tell anybody, okay? The silence on the phone line for a moment as she thought. Eventually, she reluctantly agreed.
わかった。待ってて。
Since it was just me, she probably didn't feel the need to put the call on hold. Hear the doors opening and closing as she went to the exam. There's some whispering, and I heard another girl's voice.
もしもし。
Moshi Moshi Gyonkun Denwa? Well, sorry to bother you. You're not feeling well?
大丈夫です。私は平気だと言ったんですが、佐久間先生とゆいさんが心配してくださって。
I see. Relieved to hear that she wasn't in bad shape. But I was about to ask about to ask might be bad for her mentally. Hey. Oh, he's a genius! Takeru! We love you! That rhymes. Do you know a girl named Minamisawa Senri?
はい。
Minamisawa Senri. According to the records, she went to the same facility you did until the Shibuya earthquake. She would have been 6 years ago, so maybe 12?
南沢千里さん。
That's right. Is there anything you remember about her, no matter how small?
南沢さん。南沢さん。
She seemed to be trying her best to remember. Now that the rest of the newspaper club, not just Ito, but Serika, Arimori, and Kazuki as well, were staring at me and trying to hear the conversation. Like, all three of them have their ear to the phone. Yamazoe thought a little more before she spoke.
直接会ったりお話ししたことはないです。でも
What?
何度か治療室に入っていく姿を見かけたことがあります。あの子は私よりも辛い治療をしてるって。だから私も頑張るようにって先生に言われました。
Yeah, Senri got the advanced lobotomy. You know, Uki, she only got the novice course. Remember the experiments I'd seen as a little kid? So was the tiny girl crying for help. Shivered. Yamazoe had it far worse than I did. She'd actually been exposed to the same torture that Minamisawa Senri had. I'm sorry to making you remember something so horrible.
いいえ、私はそれが嫌なことだとは思っていませんでしたから。
Actually, all Uki had was like someone's across from her. Okay, what's in the card? Just go, oh yeah, it's a triangle. Right. You know, the opening to Ghostbusters, like that. I've seen part of Ghostbusters. Is there anything else you remember?
あと、そうですね。南沢さんは随分と足が悪かったみたいです。
You think that was during the earthquake? Her leg?
はい。私が見かけた時はいつも片足を引きずっていて、先生に支えられるようにして治療室へ入っていきました。
Dragging one leg.
なので、私はてっきり施設で足の治療をしているんだと思っていたのですが。
Dragging her leg? Wasn't that... Wait, did the arsonist do that? The same thing the pyrokinetic was doing?
宮代さん。
Sorry, if I need anything else, I'll ask. Thanks.
はい。それでは、ゆいさんに電話を戻。
Hang up. Just hang up. She's being annoying. Anyway, see you later.
ちょっと、なんか聞こえたよ。
hung up the phone before she could finish and handed it back to Ito. Then I looked at the map again. So the two notes the cruise had written with a shaky hand. Pyrokinetic found, had Senri's ID card. Pyrokinetic equals killer, killer might be Senri. Is that woman really Minamisawa Senri?
でも彼女はもうこの世にはいないんだろ。副部長が言うように慰霊碑にも名前があるし。
Yeah, but the data we saw underground only said that she was missing.
だからそれは。
Yeah, just like Shinjo-san had said. Sure, that meant she was dead. Kirsu had said so too. But what if the data was right and she actually did just go missing?
どういうこと？
Eriko was looking between me and the map in confusion. Don't you remember Onoe? AH Tokyo General was one of the main relief centers during the earthquake. They would have had any number of ways to share data.
そうなるとちょっと変ですね。慰霊碑に名前があるってことは、どこかの病院、あるいは警察で彼女の死亡が正式に確認されたってことですもんね。
And they could just keep experimenting on her without anyone knowing. Right? That's a pretty large-scale operation. They wouldn't miss it if one of their test subjects was dead.
確かに行方不明なんて書かないよな普通。
So either A, they kidnapped her, but she would have been in the basement, right? Or B, she ran away and hid somewhere for 6 years. Like, where would she go? Ito crossed his arms in thought.
ってことは死亡したっていう情報が間違いもしくは嘘か。
I mean, the pyrokinetic, she just came out of town, right? Like, if you just leave Shibuya, can the committee not find you? Or actually, if you just leave Tokyo, can the committee not find you? Does every Science Adventure game take place in Tokyo? I know, Science Gate is in Akihabara, and the Chaos games are in Shibuya. Well, was Robotics House, like, out in the country? It might have been, actually. I know Anonymous Code is, I think it's in a different district of Tokyo. I forget which one. Probably what Shinjo-san suspects, that Minamisawa Senri's alive and that she's after us. So that's how you escape the committee. Just leave Tokyo. They can't get you if you leave. The red sun was about to sink below the buildings on the horizon. I looked out the window and saw the sunlight had illuminated the clouds and formed a brilliant twilight. Soon it would disappear. The cold night would come. That's not foreshadowing.
でもさ、仮に犯人が南沢千里だとして、なんでお前を襲うよ。
I don't know. Maybe she hit psychics for some reason. Just happened to find
だった
me.
らわざわざニュージェネの狂気事件をなぞる必要なくね。
Jury's still out on that one.
宮代の推論通り、犯行に何かメッセージがあるとすれば別だけどな。
Some kind of message. Back then? Oh, is this the first time we actually get like the clear CG? When Minamisawa Senri had begged me for help, I'd left her there. Wonder if we're gonna see that doctor right there. That's the only one whose like face is actually like shown at all. I was just a kid. What could I do? No matter how much I told myself that, she probably wouldn't agree. Probably thought I was a ray of hope, but I'd left her there and ran away. Wouldn't surprise me if the memories of that turned to hatred and rage that she would never forget. After she was set free during the Shibuya earthquake, she attacked me. Ah! Suddenly I remember the time when she'd attacked me. A smile on her face, it chilled me to the bone. She'd said to me, "Could it be revenge? This whole thing meaning we saw Senri's way of getting revenge on me? Yeah, maybe, you know, that's it. Actually, no one is evil except for Senri. She's the only one that's evil. And the teacher, yeah, he's completely innocent. Dang it, that's impossible." Realized what I was thinking and slapped my hands against my cheek to drive that thought out of my mind. I think I call it there. But really, like at every scene, I'm like, this is it. This is when everything's about to go down. They're about to raid the lab. We're gonna have to use the time leap device to go back. No, well, no, it's not gonna be like that, right? It's gonna be like, I don't know. Someone evilly smiles and is like, "It was me," you know. Well, I don't know. But any scene now, actually we have like 8 days until the next murder, and then there's like 2 more murders after that, so we got time. I don't know how long Chaos Child is, right? Like, it really does feel like it's gearing up towards the end of the first round ending, or I don't know how it's done. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.